sene donem. Chelsea beat Liverpool in Premier League on Thursday, at least a 2-0 scoreline. Hey, what's going on, people? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. I think we'll probably keep the horrendous hair underneath the hood. I hope you're all doing well, my friends. I really do hope that. Chelsea are playing Liverpool in the Premier League, the Germanic clash of the Titans, Thomas Tuchel versus Jürgen Klopp. 1 point between them in 5th and 6th in the Premier League. It's a titanic clash. Thomas Tuchel has said everyone's fit to play except probably Thiago Silva, who's not quite ready in terms of fitness, so we move. Today I'm going to be talking about the clash, the Klopp, I suppose, predicted lineup, and, you know, other stuff like that. So settle in, get comfortable, drop a like to show your sweet love, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notifications icon to keep updated when I upload, and all that other positive stuff as we get into today's match preview. Right, it's a big banger. Have a look at the Premier League table in front of me. Ooh, dramatique. Chelsea and Liverpool are right next to each other, and both teams will absolutely be going for top 4 for a multitude of reasons. It's really important. Liverpool's finances aren't great, and they are the champions. They will absolutely be thinking top 4 minimum, although, yeah. And similarly with Chelsea, with me at this point, you could say, Jan, will Chelsea get top 4? I'll say it's as likely as it is unlikely at the moment. We're unbeaten under Tuchel, but there's a rather uninspiring moments without scoring goals. I've spoken about that loads on the Football.London. The thing is, West Ham do not look like they're going away, and they don't have any other commitments at the moment, so there's them. Everton look good and they'll fancy a chance to poke in. You know, Leicester might drop out. Man United look consistent. City are just going to win forever. It's difficult. Now, let's have a look at this Liverpool team. The last time they played, they beat Sheffield United 2-0 with this lineup. They actually played centre-backs, which is a new thing for Klopp. They're looking pretty darn good, and apparently Alisson could be back for this game, and Diogo Jota could be back as well, which is genuinely terrifying because he was their best player coming into the season. Like, his absence might have hurt them the most, maybe more than Virgil van Dijk, actually, because he looks like the new refreshing addition to Liverpool to bring them to, not the next level, but you know when you have to transition to a new season, switch it up. Jota looked like he could have done that for Liverpool. Now, I might be wrong, so correct me in the comments if I am wrong, but apparently there's rumours he could be back for this game, so eek. Bite your nails off. Liverpool are capable of some excellent performances, man. We saw that in the Premier League against Leipzig, and they've dipped in and out in the Premier League with performances. They've got a really poor record at Anfield. They haven't won in like 4 or 5 games or something. You might say, good for Chelsea. Poor record at Anfield. No fans there. But you know, Chelsea are here to end bad runs, aren't they? I tweeted out, like, what, Southampton have taken 1 point in the last available 27. Deep that for a second. Guess who they got that point off? Charity Chelsea FC. So I'm never confident when we go into games when X club hasn't won for ages, because over the last few years it just means they're going to get a result against Chelsea. Now, a draw wouldn't be the worst result, but if we can win and put daylight between us and Liverpool, that will massively change the optics of the landscape. The bookmakers will change Chelsea's odds for top 4 dramatically depending on the result of this game. In many ways, a must win for Champions League football, in my opinion. Anyway, I've made a lineup and I'm going to show you that now. Surprise, surprise, I've gone for a 3-4-1-2 as opposed to a 3-4-2-1, and I want to say now, this is what I'd like to see. And, you know, maybe slightly over what I'd expect to see. Edouard Mendy will remain in goal, of course. Kepa coming in would shock people a lot. Back three of Christensen being flanked by Rudiger and Azpilicueta, the tried and tested method. Of course, Thiago Silva expected not to feature after Thomas Tuchel's comments. Christensen can stay in the middle, but he's deserves a great deal of praise because he's been playing very well of late. Of course, he's a good passing centre-back and this role suits him very well indeed. Now, I haven't gone for Jovetic, I've gone for Covante in the midfield. I believe the way Liverpool play with their Gengen pressing and mobility, I think Kante is going to need to come in for Jorginho. Yes, Jorginho has excellent chemistry with Kovacic, but in terms of individual performances, both Kovacic and Kante have been looking very, very good lately, and provided they can play well together, their characteristics characteristics and player profiles, in my opinion, will be required in this type of matchup against Liverpool. So that's my midfield, Covante. Now, although I really want Ben Chilwell to make this place his own, or make this position his own, I have put Alonso in for this game because I think in terms of attacking prowess, he's a little bit better. And if we are going to defend well like we have under Tuchel, we really need a goal, man. So just for the moment, until we get firing strikers and whatever and midfielders, just stick Alonso back in there and let him score like a volley or whatever, or a super header or something. For me, put Alonso back in for this game, especially if he's allowed to camp forwards, although we'll be vulnerable in transition. But then again, Kante, so good, yeah? Now, a change at right wing back for me as well. I want Reece James to start because, you know, putting crosses, you know, and I've actually done this because, spoiler, you can see, I've put Hudson-Oodi in the front three. I want him to be closer to goal, dribbling and stuff like that. So I've put in Reece James, who's very, very good at right wing back. You can put in great crosses as well, or you can just put in low cutbacks or whatever. Plus he can get back quickly and cover for Azpilicueta, who might not really have the pace anymore. Makes sense to me. Of course, Mason Mount can play in this number 10, false 9 role very well. And in fact, if you look at Mason Mount from playing either this sort of false 9 or a number 10 in behind, it's this false 9 / central 10 where he's played better, and ultimately Chelsea have played better. So that's why I've gone for the shape, and Mason Mount plays in behind Callum Hudson-Odoi and Timo Werner. Hopefully Werner can get another goal. Do Liverpool in transition. Of course, he was linked to Liverpool for such a long time. Would be great for him to score in this game for the narrative. In terms of sub appearances, you could expect to see anyone like Ziyech, Havertz and Pulisic for attacking options. And of course, Giroud or Tammy Abraham. Whether Tammy Abraham will start this game, I'm not so sure. From the sounds Tuchel's making, sounds like he's not overly happy with Tammy. Not with his work ethic, but his luck, as he called it, in terms of his final touch. Either way, I don't think he's so super stoked with him. He might play Giroud, he may start Giroud, but I think there'll be a need for mobility in and around the box and in transition. So I can see, for example, like Werner, Mount and Hudson-Odoi. And personally, you know, Hudson-Odoi is likely to start at right wing back, but this is what I would like, this formation with this lineup. Right, let's get rid of this screen and talk about the game a little bit more. So it's a huge, huge game, my friends. Tuchel was asked about his relationship with Klopp. Everyone assumes he's got this really besties, mates relationship with him. But reportedly, or what he said actually, he doesn't. He came into Mainz as a development coach when Klopp already left. He succeeded him at Dortmund, so Klopp had already left. People assume they've just got this like bestie, they're like best mates and they're going around Germany together, but apparently it's not the case. He has got a relationship with him from coaches meetings, and they talk and respect each other, and he's happy to be coaching at the highest level in the same league. Of course, Jürgen Klopp's a bit of a legend in Germany because he's, you know, a superb German coach and sort of a national treasure for them. So he'll be reveling in the opportunity to beat Liverpool here. In terms of how the game will go, Chelsea will want to keep the ball, and if we can, that will frustrate Liverpool. But Liverpool, you know, a couple of seasons ago, they were great playing without the ball. Basically, it's going to be difficult, but we have to take advantage of the fact how they don't have proper centre-backs. Or they do have proper centre-backs, but they play Nat Phillips and, what's his name? I'm looking at it now. Kabak, who, you know, that hasn't looked great for me. If Alisson's back in goal, you know, that'll be a lot better for them than Adrian, although he did make mistakes before. But it's going to be really, really difficult. I think the midfield's going to be massive. If they've got Alcantara, Fabinho comes back in, I don't know what his injury is saying, but you know, Curtis Jones, the kid, has been playing very, very well again. Ultimately, we have to control this midfield because I don't think they're going to camp in with a low block. They will try and take the game to Chelsea. So maybe that will work for us and afford us the spaces and opportunity to play through them. They will almost certainly play their, you know, elite front three of Mane, Firmino and Salah. Salah does just keep scoring, and, you know, if the rumours are to be believed, Diogo Jota joining them is just not what you want. So we will be massively tested, even though we've been defensively good. I think Chelsea are going to score in this game regardless, and that has to make you pose the question, will we ship multiple goals to lose the game? And I'm not sure we will, so logic might dictate like a score draw here, which wouldn't be the best result for either team, but we have to be positive, and I think we're due a positive result, like an exciting result. Atletico was a massive result on paper, but the performance was still a bit struggling. The same with United, the same with Tottenham, it was a 1-0. I'm going to say Chelsea are going to beat Liverpool at Anfield 2-1, and that would be a massive headline. That would be a massive feel-good, positive shift saying, look, I know we've been pragmatic, I know we've been a bit boring, but if we go to Liverpool and win, say like a 2-1, like I've predicted, that would be a sort of, again, to use the term, the optics of the landscape will change massively. It will be like Chelsea definitely in the top 4. They're beating the best. They're beating Atletico away. They're beating Liverpool away. You know, they're not dropping points to United. Good. All good. So I want your thoughts and opinions on that. My lineup, who would you play? What's your score predictions? Drop it all in the comment section below. If you've enjoyed the content, drop a like. It means a lot to me. Subscribe if you're new. Enjoy the football, and I'll see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me baby.